This is Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. Fabio, we kept talking about the 13th round, but I didn't know the 13th round would be the last round in this saga. Mad.
Look, 13's unlucky for some, not for me. I went through 12 hellish rounds before, and don't get me wrong, I appreciate all of the plaudits, the respect, everything earned from that fight, but I wasn't looking to go through all of that again. Look, I know I've got it in the tank. It doesn't mean I have to do it every fight. I know I say war by name, war by nature, and I do mean that with all my heart. And I do mean, look, if you want to go toe-to-toe and find out if you can still stay on your 2 feet, we'll figure it out between each other. But, yeah, look, I wasn't trying to hang around tonight. I had a job to do, and I got it done.
I know you're full of self-confidence, but did you believe that this fight could end in round one? Did you believe that this outcome was a real possibility?
Oh, yeah, 100%. The way, it's weird that the belief grew more and more through the week as well. The more film analysis we did through this week, and the more I watched the fight back, and I watched it back in the entirety on Thursday or Friday night, I think, and I looked at so many times where I had him hurt, I damaged him, and I could have followed up better, could have done a bit of a better job and put it together cleaner. That I just knew that this was always a possibility. But look, I'm not saying that to say that, look, Frazer's an easy one to get out of there, because he's not at all. You saw in the last fight that he got up, he's smart, he knows how to ride a shot, knows how to take a shot and to survive in the ring as well. But I'd taken enough time and assessed myself enough not to give him those opportunities. But even then, he was trying to get up on the ropes and stuff at the end, even at the end of that one. So, look, he's still got the heart of a warrior, and I wish him all the best.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned the first fight. Do you feel like the narrative, not just going in this week, but obviously there's more talk on fight week, do you feel like the narrative was that you didn't let the first fight slip? Actually, Frazer let the first fight slip, and that's why people might have been tipping towards him going into this fight?
Yeah, maybe. Look,
I think I remember anyone going, oh, Fabio let it slip. It seemed to be it was Frazer that let it slip.
Yeah, and I think there's elements of looking back on that fight and thinking, and people thinking I was there for the taking. Look, I can understand that. I did 12 hard rounds at a hard pace. Cheers, Spence. I did 12 hard rounds at a really high pace, and there was areas and moments of fatigue, and to be honest, they were mostly by my own doing, by being silly with the way I approached things, by being stupid with how I went into when I had him hurt a bit, and how I just went after him, and I wasn't being patient enough. But this time, I was smarter with my work, smarter with how I went about things, and got the right outcome quicker.
That's what I'm going to say. Forget the first fight. All about this fight. Does it show how much you've come on as a fighter that when you had him hurt, you didn't just headhunt, there was body work as well? So it was quite a clever way to finish the fight.
Yeah, look, I think I wanted to show that, I know, again, war by name, war by nature. It's in the locker. That bit is unquestionable. If you want to go there in the well with me, then cool. I'll be there waiting for you, happily with a smile on my face. But I can learn, I can assess, I can look at things and go, okay, I'm a smart boxer, I can figure things out, I can reassess. And I think I proved that with this fight, is that, okay, I've got the side to me, I've got the Jekyll and Hyde, basically. It's like, look, if you want to go to war, that's there, and if you want to play a tactician's game and you want to try and figure it all out and play all smart, I can do that too. How
much fun is it when you've got a man hunting? You're a heavyweight who likes to punch, so I can imagine that's probably the most enjoyable bit of this whole process.
Look, it's the best bit. It's the best bit. Once you have a man hurt and you know he's hurt, and something like, for me at least, something lights up in my eyes, in my heart, in my soul, and goes, come on then, let's see if you can survive this. But with that said as well, obviously, Frazer wasn't able to be there at the end of the fight, but he was able to walk out, and I do hope he's okay. I do wish him all the best. I know we had a bit of a build-up, and there's a bit of back and forth and stuff. There was no ever real disdain, real blood there, anything like that at all. I've got huge amounts of respect for him, his team, and what he's done in the amateur scene, and what he's achieved so far in the professional boxing. But tonight was just my night.
Does it show the brutality of boxing almost? Like,
yeah,
look about how your eyes can light up when a man's hurt.
Yeah,
you've got a man who is hurt. So
there's two sides to it, isn't there? Because look, once I step between them ropes, I'm a different person. I'm not the same fun-loving, jokey, happy-go-lucky guy that me and you can have a nice chat with. If you take
Thankfully for me, that's the one you are right now.
Look, if you take this camera in the ring with me, you might see a different side. But once I get out, look, all I want is for everyone to be okay, everyone to go home to their families, everyone to be all right. And again, like I say, I just reiterate, I hope he is. But I go in there on the night 100%, no empathy, no love, pure focus, got to do the job.
I mean, you got Frank Warren, Turki Al-Alshay, Spencer Brown sitting ringside. You put in that performance. Can we hint that you might be a Riyadh season regular?
Look,
The loyal fans will be quite frustrated in the sense that they're going to be spending a lot on flights. Are you going to be a Riyadh season regular, Fabio?
look, I hope so, because the sport is growing out here. I was privileged enough to do the opening, the first ever fight out here. And the reception for the first one and the reception for this one is dramatically increased. So it just shows the impact the sport is having out here in Saudi Arabia, and it just shows that the Saudi people are beginning to fall in love with boxing the same way you and I do. So, yeah, look, if Frank calls, if His Excellency calls, I'm on the first fight over. It's no problem. And sorry to my fans, I apologise. But I will try and do some at home as well. Look, we know what Turkey's doing with Wembley and what he did in America as well. He is bringing them to the UK as well, so it's not just out here. So hopefully, best case scenario, we get a Riyadh season, but in London or something like that.
I'm sure we will after the success on the whole of AJ Dubois. Who's on the hit list?
You.
That'd be the shittest fight in the world. Because as soon as the bell goes, I'll be fucking legging it.
Look, I haven't
Back up the ring walk.
I haven't got a hit list. I haven't got a list of.
Do you not?
I don't.
I think we all presume that everyone's got a little hit list that sits at the back of their mind.
There's
Like,
not.
you're one, you're two,
I
you're three.
don't look at it like that. I look at the rankings and just think, all right, cool, let's move forward. All right, I'm 8th here, I'm 7th here, I'm 10th here. Right, how can we move forward? And also, I'm a boxer at the end of the day. I trust in my team to put me in the right place, right position, right time. I put a lot of faith in my team all the way through my career, and they haven't steered me wrong yet. So, and now I'm aligned with QP and Frank. I've got even more trust and more faith in them to put me in the right place at the right time. So, look, name them, I'll turn up, I'll be there. You know, I don't shy away from no one. I'm not scared of nothing. I'm happy to get in there with anyone.
You mentioned now that you're with Queensbury. There's a few promotional fractions that have been going on this week, but you're not part of one of them, because I've seen you shake Eddie's hand a few times. Obviously, you were Matchroom. You'll always have a fondness towards Matchroom. You're just kind of loving everyone.
Yeah, look, I'm a friendly guy.
Until you get that 5v5
yeah.
And you're gonna get to
that
do
will be
Boy
a funny
Eddie
one.
dirty.
That will be a funny one if that does ever come off. But yeah, I've seen Eddie all week. I've seen Frank Smith all week. I've seen all the Matchroom guys, all the QP guys. I'm cool with everyone. I haven't got no issues, because I think with me at least, in boxing, I like to keep it plain and honest. And if what I feel is not what I want and it's not going to work, I'm going to say that to you and just let you know. And I think at least between Eddie and Frank and everyone that I've ever worked with, I think they respect at least my honesty and say, look, that's not working for me. That's not what I want to do. But that doesn't mean we can never work together again or we can never do something in the future. It just means it's not right now.
You're quite a good talker, so this might be a difficult final question. One word to sum up the whole Fabio Wardley and Frazer Clarke saga.
Thrilling.
That's a fucking perfect word. Fab, you're a legend. Thank you.
Cheers, boy. Thank you.